What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done. And man, I just saw a crazy news report. A young man offed his stepfather. He has some sort of disagreement with his stepfather. He offs him and then takes off in the stepfather's Escalade. They end up finding the Escalade abandoned, but the young man is nowhere to be found. The mom is on the news. She crying. She's heartbroken. Talking about, she still loves him and wants him to turn himself in. This, and I know people are going to hate hearing this, but this be why people be saying don't date a single mom. I mean, really, we hear a lot of negative stuff about single moms, and I understand that it's not all single moms, because it's not. However, the fact that you don't know which situation could end up like this and which won't, it's just like collectively, just stay away from it. Now, how does something like this happen? You have a teenage boy, because he is still a boy, but at that age, they're oftentimes troubled because they haven't had a father figure, and the mom can't control them. Usually moms, they're too soft. Women do not have the steady hand needed in order to raise boys to be men effectively. Can she raise him to be an adult? Yes, but women are just simply not equipped to raise a boy into a man. This is why boys need their fathers. And even though the stepfather is stepping up to be a father figure, look what's happened here. People say, oh, do the right thing, raise those kids, it's the right thing to do, this and that. I wonder if his family thinks that. You have a young man that's used to doing whatever it is that he wants. You have a stepfather there, and he doesn't want to be told what to do by this guy that's not really his father. I've seen this happen with men in real life. Don't matter how much love, attention, care, how much money they spend, ultimately, you're not their father. And more often than not, that will get thrown up in your face. I know a couple friends that's happened to. The kid told him, "You not my father." And that was crushing to them because they've done all things that their father didn't do. They've been the one there, their father isn't. But it just ultimately don't matter, man. These kids, they're never gonna see you as their father. You could be the father as much as you possibly want to be. They're not your blood, no matter what you do. And people are gonna hate that I put it that way, but that just is what it is. We can't tell lies just to make ourselves feel better. Raising somebody else's kid is just that, it's raising somebody else's kid. It'll never be your kid, no matter what you do. It will always be somebody else's seed. And you have here, this man comes along, he steps up to be the father because that's what everybody says he's supposed to do, right? It's the right thing to do. He marries a woman that has kids already, and he no longer here because of that decision to do so. You got young men who are used to doing whatever it is that they want because they get away with God knows what with the mama because the mama can't control them. And then when a father comes in, or father figure comes in, in this case a stepfather, that tries to bring order to the house, the young man becomes very resentful for this. You not my daddy, you can't tell me what to do. The young man be bucking back because he wants to be the man of the house. He's been allowed to be the man of the house, and he's never been checked on it. And now here you come in, you're actually the man of the house. You're paying the cost to be the boss. and he's bucking against you. Why? You ain't his daddy. You know, it just reminds me of what I told you guys before in the single mom video I made. What was it, last summer, where I was talking about how the woman I was seeing at the time, her son set my car on fire. No provoking whatsoever. We had a great day that day. Barbecued, played some Mortal Kombat, watched a couple movies. It was a great day. There was no incident. And no, I never had any issues out of him. I never treated him any sort of way. I always treated him good. This is a young man that was just chaotic. He enjoyed chaos. You couldn't create an environment that was happy enough for him to appreciate it. He was going to find some way to act out. In this case, he acted out by setting my vehicle on fire. You know, I look at this situation with this guy who's no longer here, and I think, damn, as terrible as that was that I lost my car, I got off light. If this is the sort of stuff that's waiting for you if you get involved with single moms. So I say to y'all, don't do it. Don't get involved. Do not let people twist your arm and guilt trip you into doing something that's not in your best interest. It is not in your best interest to raise somebody else's kids. It is not in your best interest to get involved with women that have multiple baby daddies and whatnot. It's not in your best interest to do so. It's not your responsibility to do so. It's not your responsibility to care and provide for children that are not yours. And more often than not, where are the daddies? They be completely off the hook. They be somewhere living their life. They be knocked up some more other chicks out here, man. They living their life being as irresponsible and inconsistent as they want to be. In many cases, you being held more accountable for raising the kids than the actual father is. And you get guilt tripped and gaslit when you slip up and don't do this or don't do that. The actual father never gets these sort of calls. The actual father never gets held to these standards. You get held more accountable than the actual father. Ridiculous. So yeah, I saw this story and I thought it was terrible. The mom there crying, you know, I still love you. I mean, of course. And that's another thing about getting involved with a single mom. No matter how bad that brat is, she's always gonna be on some I still love him stuff. This man is dead. Her stepfather, her husband, his stepfather, he is gone. I still love him though. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, just don't get involved. Do not get involved. Look after yourself. Look out for your own interests. It is nothing wrong with looking out for your own interests, and do not let anybody gaslight you and guilt you into thinking that you are being selfish by looking out for yourself. No, you don't owe anybody your love, time, attention. You don't owe anybody the time off of your life clock. You don't owe anybody showing up and fixing their problems, saving themselves from all the bad decisions that they made. No, do not get involved. I'm going to leave it there, though, y'all. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. Hit me in them comments. I'll let y'all soon. Peace.